Good afternoon, everyone. It's Angel Gavilanes, NYC Uber Driver, also founder and CEO of Nice Car Services. And I've been wanting to do this video for a while on increasing your chances of getting tips. However, recently I picked up a passenger in Manhattan and I took him to Newark Airport, and it was a great conversation. He was a great passenger, and when I dropped him off, he gave me a $15 tip inside of the Uber app. And he also gave me $40 cash because, from what he said, the max tip to give inside the app was $15. So I was like, wow, I was really surprised. And we also talked about doing business ventures in the future. So that's another possibility that I'm excited about. So I thought to myself, why not do a video about what I think I did to cause me getting a tip like that? And that's not the first time that I've gotten big tips. So I think that I have some information that can make a difference for you in increasing your chances of getting tips. And I say increasing your chances because sometimes no matter what you do, no matter even if you provide royalty treatment, sometimes people are just not going to tip you. So that's the first thing that I think it's important for you to keep in mind. But don't let that discourage you from providing good quality services, because ultimately that's what is going to have you win. And I'm gonna get into that. So I'm gonna break it down into three different levels of service and how it impacts tipping. So the first level I want to talk about is the basic level. And to see where I'm coming from, you have to put yourself in the perspective of the passenger. So imagine that you're a passenger and that you're getting inside of an Uber car. What are the basic expectations that you may have? I think what those things are is that first, that the car is clean. That's the first thing, because that's the first thing that you notice. And also, I think at the same time, whether the car smells good. So whether the car's clean, whether it smells good, and also if the driver is respectful. So those are the basic expectations. And I think also that you get to your destination in a quick manner without any issues. So I think how that impacts tipping is if you do just the bare minimum and you meet those basic expectations, you're probably not going to get a lot of tips. You might get 4 or 5 stars, but I think the tips are in level 2 and 3. In level 2, this is above and beyond. At this level, this is where you're providing extra amenities, you're dressing up, you are also opening the door for the passenger, being very courteous. And so those are the things that a lot of drivers don't do. You're going above and beyond. If you're dressing up like this, chances are the passenger is going to notice, wow, this person is dressing up more than the average Uber driver. You're going above and beyond, and that might have them thinking, maybe I should go above and beyond as well, and that may include tipping. Another thing is the amenities. So a lot of times now drivers are including amenities, so it might even be a basic expectation for some passengers. So you might have to take this to another level, and that includes having everything like water, hand sanitizer, wipies, lotion, anything that you can think of. Just be creative that will impress the passenger. And getting out, opening the door for a passenger, it sounds old school and you may not think it may make a difference, but believe me, one time I got out and opened the door for a passenger. I pulled up, it was like a hotel in the front, um, and so I opened the door for the passenger. The passenger was like, wow, he's very impressed, and he said, I'm not used to this. That told me immediately that a lot of drivers are not doing this. So this is what's going to make you stand out over other drivers, and everyone's going to notice you're going above and beyond. So now to the third level, and how, by the way, how that impacts tipping. You're definitely going to get some tips, I think, going above and beyond, uh, doing those things that I just mentioned. And if you're also including the other things I'm going to mention now, level 3, I think there is a bigger possibility for great tips, bigger tips, but something else that I think is even better than tips. At the third level, this is where you're going over the top, where the passenger is entertained, they're fully satisfied, they're happy, they enjoy the ride, they had a great time, they got to everything on the basic level was covered, everything on the the second level above and beyond was covered. And then now this is where your social skills really kick in. And I really highly recommend for you to really work on your social skills and sharpen them up, because if you don't have social skills, you're probably not going to get a lot of tips. If you have to sit in front of a mirror and practice your smiling and your greetings, hi, good afternoon, how are you? How's it going? Those type of things make a difference for people. So if you have to spend a lot of time watching YouTube videos on how you can improve yourself or improve your social skills, take some communication courses if you have to, even if you have to pay for them, because ultimately this is your business and you're investing in yourself. Even though you're driving for Uber, you're still representing your brand and it's your business. And believe me, it's going to make a difference. And I don't even think, I'm going to be completely real, I don't even care about the tips. I'm rarely looking at the tips. Every now and then I might look just to see, just out of curiosity. For me, what's more important is making the customer fully happy, making sure that they felt great. There's nothing like when a passenger gets in your car and you ask them what kind of music they want to hear, and you put on their favorite artist and it brings them back to whatever time. One time I had a passenger get in the car, I put his favorite artist, and he was like, wow, he was surprised that I found the artist first of all, and it took him back to like 1960, his prime, and he was loving it. Of course I got a tip, and so that's, to me, what makes it great is seeing the passenger really happy and building those relationships, because you never know what can come from those relationships. For me, the tips are just a plus. For me, what's more important is what can happen afterwards. And like I mentioned in the beginning, with that passenger, I may have some future business opportunities, and that's what's even more exciting to me. So that's all I have for you today. Make a lot of money out there. More importantly, be safe, provide that great quality customer service, and until the next video, peace.